Hey everyone, today I want to take a look at page paint performance and how to use Chrome DevTools to identify exactly why our paint is slow. Let's jump in. I've been playing around with this UI pattern where I have a slider that resizes an element on the page, but I've noticed that on mobile phones this interaction doesn't really feel right. It feels kind of janky. So let's take a look at where the performance cost is coming from. So if we go over to the Performance tab in DevTools and record, and then perform our action, we'll be able to get a breakdown of where this cost is coming from. Now, we are on a desktop computer, so I actually expect the cost to be quite small here, but we'll still be able to see. So if we zoom all the way into a single frame, we can get into this yellow, which is our JavaScript, and we see that on our touch move, we're running a little bit of JavaScript, but what I'm really interested here is this recalculate style, this layout, this update layer tree, and this paint and composite work. And I want to know why that's happening and if it's possible, if I could avoid it. So what I usually do to figure this out is I click on the recalc style, and DevTools actually shows me this first invalidated line. And what this first invalidated line does is it lets me jump directly to the line of my JavaScript that is invalidating it, causing all this work to happen. And we see that this .style.left, we're modifying the style, right, of course. We're modifying the style of this handle, and that's invalidating it and causing all that work to happen. And what I'm curious about is what can we do to avoid that? So there's a really awesome website, csstriggers.com, and what this website allows us to do is to see exactly what happens when we update an individual style property. Does it cause a layout? Does it cause a paint? Does it cause a composite? Or all three? Or none of the above? And so we're looking for a property that does the least amount of work. So right now we're doing left. And I'm going to bet left is quite expensive. It updates everything. But since we're moving left to right, we could probably use something like transform. And transform does a really good job of only causing the compositor to fire. So it's delegated all to the GPU, so it's usually quite fast. So what I've done is I've made a few changes to my app to use transform instead of the left, and also a transform scale instead of a height for the cactus here. So it's the same app, it works the same, feels the same, on desktop at least. But let's look at the actual profile. So here's our JavaScript that's firing, and then we scroll all the way over to our paint work, and we can see that we're causing a recalc to happen still, an update layer tree, and a composite. But notice we're missing two things now. We're missing that layout cost, and we're also missing the paint. So we get all that time back, which makes for a faster experience for our user, especially on lower end devices. So I hope this helps you debug any paint performance issues. And let me know if you have any questions below, and I'll be sure to provide some more links to the source code here of before and after, as well as links to some more resources for how to learn about doing this kind of work. Thanks so much.